plotline, but don't come for me. It just felt a little overhyped. Hi everyone, I'm Jessica. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Chinese drama called Hidden Love. I watch and review Asian dramas just like this to either help you determine if they're worth your time or just to talk to you as a fellow Asian drama fan. So let's dive in! Hidden Love follows a young girl, Sang-ju, who develops a crush on her brother, Sang-yan's best friend and roommate, Duan Jiaxu. The story follows Sang-ju as she navigates her feelings towards him and eventually the progression of the two ending up together. This drama was released in 2023 and is based on a novel titled Secretly But Unable to Hide It by Ju Yi. For the drama, we're looking at 25 episodes at about 40 minutes each. Earlier this year, I also watched and reviewed a drama, When I Fly Towards You, which is also based on a novel by the same author. The two series are often compared since they were released at essentially the same time, but I will say that I liked When I Fly Towards You a little bit more than Hidden Love. That's just my preference, and really the only commonality is that the author wrote both of the novels that those dramas were based on, as well as the slice of life style storytelling. I think that they're both worth watching for their own storylines. By the way, if you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, to provide some extended background to Hidden Love, according to word on the internet, the first director actually abandoned this project because he didn't think it was going to be successful. Filming got delayed and the budget got cut, so Zhao Lusa, who plays our female lead, actually utilized a lot of her connections in order to get either brands, other actors, or other singers that she's collaborated with in the past to help contribute to the drama. She even utilized her own wardrobe for Sang-ju's outfits and sang some of the songs for the OST to help with the budget. For an actress to go that far to get production to the finish line is truly admirable. I mean, think of all the people who could have been out of work and all the effort that they had already put into this project. I can't help but have a soft spot for this drama after learning about everything she did to help this drama come to life. Like, what a class act. Now let's get into the main leads for this drama. As I mentioned earlier, Sang-ju is played by actress Zhao Lusa. She's quite the prolific actress nowadays, but my first time seeing her was actually in the drama called I Hear You. I've watched her in a couple other dramas since then, but my favorite that she's in has definitely got to be The Romance of Tiger and Rose. Actually, I think that's one of my favorite dramas of all time. Now for our male lead, we have Duan Jiaxu, played by Chen Zhou-yuan. So it is my first time watching this actor, but I think he's really handsome, and he has a really cute smile. Between the two leads, I'd say that they have pretty good chemistry. They're definitely visually compatible and seem to be physically comfortable with one another. Upon watching the behind the scenes, I actually think that they somehow had way better chemistry there, but I did have some hang-ups with the depiction of their relationship in the drama that might have hindered my ability to really bask in their intimate or romantic scenes. Now let's get into storytelling. The drama has a very slice of life style of storytelling, and it's mainly told from the perspective of Sang-ju. That's a very relatable storyline to me as someone who also has a brother that is 5 years older than me. I can definitely say that I've had crushes on my brother's friends growing up, but never quite at the intensity that is portrayed in this drama. Though then again, my brother's never really had someone like Duan Jiaxu in his friend group, so maybe that's why. So the drama starts out with Sang-ju at 14, then 17, and then 19. But for the most part, the drama's main plotline is how her feelings towards Duan Jiaxu evolve from him being a reliable brother figure, to then her having a crush on him, to her trying to get over that crush on him, and then eventually the two getting together. While we're told what the lead's general goals are in life, I don't feel like we got too many scenes of their character development outside of how their relationship progressed. The drama had no conflict and was fairly one-dimensional, with about 90% of the plotline being how their interactions changed over time. So perhaps this is due to the plot, but pacing felt quite slow at times. I have never felt the need to fast forward through scenes until this drama. It wasn't even dialogue, because I never skipped dialogue. I think it just had more to do with how it was filmed, especially in the beginning. The drama would take its time in the most mundane moments, like how slowly she walks to her room, or how she's staring off into the distance, or something just insignificant. There were a couple of times toward the end where I was like, alright, so where's this drama going? What's the plot? Like, what is the end goal again? I'm a big fan of fluff, and even the tropes associated with fluff. But I do feel like it should be accompanied by a progression in storyline, a progression in character development, or both. The storyline for this drama is really just how they get together, and once they're together, it just kind of lingers there for a bit. Even when they did try to present other storylines or other characters, they just weren't expanded on enough to feel invested in. Now let's talk a little bit more about our main characters. Sang-ju comes from a well-off family, does well in school, and likes to draw. She is absolutely a household princess and the baby of her family, and that theme perpetuates throughout the drama. Literally everyone caters to her in the series, from her parents to her brother to her brother's friends, including Jiaxu, and then eventually her college friends even do it. I mean, she does experience slight hardship when she starts working, but generally things in life seem to come pretty easy for her. Over time, she was supposed to mature, but frankly, she just seemed to be perpetually depicted as a young, naive girl in love, so it was hard to see her development outside of that. Don't get me wrong, yes, I know she's the main character, but for me, it was almost to a fault. She often felt like she was an unrelatable and unbelievable character. Now moving to Duan Jiaxu, he is Sang Yan's best friend and college roommate.
螺杆 S 用起来仿若没有小声点啊。
Now, unlike a lot of cliche romance dramas I've been watching lately, he's not cold or rude or a jerk. He's just a good guy.
我不是好人。
He has a bit of a traumatic family background that is expanded on in the drama, so it really makes you think to yourself, man, he just deserves to be loved and cared for. So of course I was rooting for him. Some reviews I read said that they felt Jiaxu was a bit controlling and overbearing towards Sangzhi, never really getting over that brother dynamic.
别的，这么久没见，也不叫人。
I think I saw it more as him showing his care for Sangju by being protective. Depending on the relationship, I do think his protective nature could have been a problem, but I don't think it was a problem in this drama. The dynamic between the two starts off as an older brother and a younger sister. Again, keep in mind that they met when she was 14 and he was 19. Once Sangju is in high school, she starts to recognize her one-sided romantic feelings for Jiaxu, so her behavior from then starts to shift more towards being shy and easily embarrassed, with the shyness kind of remaining even after they get together. I suppose I get it if that's what they wanted to portray, as although Jiaxu is generally playful and caring towards Sangju, once they get together and become a couple, he starts to become a little bit more shameless and flirty, which makes even me as a viewer a little bit shy at times. Although I guess depending on the day, it could also be interpreted as like cringe.
你看看我，像不像你说的那个男生？
Overall, I feel that their relationship was depicted to be a little bit more traditional, as the male was a little bit more dominant and he seems to be taking the lead. Alright, so let's talk about my favorite parts of this drama. I don't feel like they showed him too much, but I actually really enjoyed Sang Yan, played by Victor Ma. I enjoyed his character, and I also quite enjoyed the actor himself. Sang Yan is prickly, but he actually loves his family and friends, and I actually loved how he cared for Sangzhi. Their brother-sister bickering felt quite realistic, and in later episodes when they went over how he was impacted by the relationship between our two leads, I really started to appreciate his character a lot more. Also, did y'all know that he sang one of the OST songs, Be Your Light? It was actually my favorite song of the drama, so I became even more of a fan. Speaking of OST, overall, I really enjoyed the OST. It was cute! It might even rival When I Fly Towards You as my favorite OST in a Chinese drama. Now, another thing that I enjoyed in this drama was the wardrobe and styling. It could be because they were using their own clothes, but the looks were flattering and definitely age appropriate. Also, amongst the scenes, I really liked the proposal scene for this drama. Spoiler alert! But I liked that it was a surprise, and I really enjoyed that her family was there to witness her being proposed to.
你让我发现，原来爱人被爱是一件这么幸福的事。
Very wholesome. Alright, now let's get into my not so favorite parts. I already mentioned how the pacing felt quite slow to me, but there are a couple of things that bothered me. One of the biggest problems for me in this drama was actually the personality of the female lead that seemed unchanging, especially as an adult. Earlier I mentioned I had some hangups with the depiction of their relationship, but I think it really boils down to the portrayal of Sangju's personality. Honestly, she just kind of acted like a young child a lot of the time. I get it, she's been pampered in shelters, but even when she's older and in college and is surrounded by other people who are also 19, they seem to act their age, but she doesn't.
我没事，我喝奶茶有点过敏。
The infantilization has got to stop. At some point I was asking myself, yo, why are they making 5 years seem like such a huge age gap? But really her unchanging childlike behavior really highlighted the contrast between her and Jiaxu, so much so that it seemed that her personality was really the main hindrance for them getting or becoming involved romantically.
走吧，老东西，送你回学校。
When it came down to their intimate scenes as well, I know that they were trying to portray this image of a shy, pure, innocent girl, but maybe that just isn't my vibe.
段嘉许，你耍什么流氓啊？
哎，都在一起了，怎么能叫耍流氓啊？
I believe it's okay to be assertive as a woman once you're in an established relationship with someone, so maybe I was just hoping that once they got together, she would start acting more like his equal instead of someone who needed to be coddled all the time. I wish that they had shown the evolution of thoughts or internal conflict of Jiaxu's feelings and how he went from viewing her as a little sister to a love interest. I get it, he's a huge simp for her in the end, and they even mentioned the exact time frame that he fell for her, but it felt a bit abrupt to see him change from big brother mentality to boyfriend mentality, so I think I would have liked to see it hashed out more. Lastly, because the drama was so focused on the development of the relationship between our two main leads, I do feel like that there were some plot lines that felt a little abandoned. For example, what happened to the storyline with her roommate and the guy who had a crush on Sangju? Also, what was with the resolution of the Jiang Ming plotline? So it was basically addressed in one reprimanding of him saying that he'll sue her. Like that was it? Now she gone? Like this girl was crazy. She was a whole ass stalker. And that's it? Alright, now for my final rating and recommendation. Overall, I would rate this drama a 7.5 out of 10. Compared to its commercial success, I did find Hidden Love to be a bit overhyped, but I still do find myself watching clips and highlights when they show up on my feed, so I still think it's quite enjoyable. I would recommend it if you're looking for a slower paced, simple, innocent, no conflict, and fluffy romance drama, and you like the plotline of a childhood crush turned reality. That's my review of Hidden Love. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to comment down below any other dramas you'd like to see me watch and review in the future. You can also check out my Instagram if you want to see the dramas that I'm currently watching and will be reviewing soon. Take care and be safe!